I'm Kanagaraj, faculty for agriculture. I have been in this field for the last 15 years, and I have been taking agriculture optional for the last 9 years. I have gone to UPSC interview for 5 times, 3 times for IAS and 2 times for Indian Forest Service, with agri and botany optional. Okay, so how many of you are agri graduates? Okay. Online students, can you able to hear me? Please confirm the audio quality. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, others non agree. Any allied subjects? Horticulture, forestry. Other non-science, non-biological background. இல்ல மத்தவங்க அதர் அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் இல்லாம பயோடெக்னாலஜி. ஓகே, மேத்ஸ் பயாலஜினா எல்லாமே. ஓகே, ரைட். ஸோ பேசிக்கா ஒரு ஐடியா. So there are UPSC, you have gone through the various the optionals in UPSC examination, right? So the process, the exam pattern, the prelims, mains, and the interview. So for the mains, you have to choose one optional. There are 2 options available. So the humanities subjects like sociology, anthropology, political science, okay, those are the very popular optionals. Then technical and the pure science, physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, right? And some optionals are not completely pure science, they are applied science. So agriculture is actually applied science, it's not a pure science. Agriculture, forestry, they are not pure science, okay, they are applied science. So we apply the knowledge and principles of botany in agriculture, right? So there is a relation between genetics and plant breeding. So genetics is a pure science, we study both genetics as well as plant breeding. So in agriculture, in the plant breeding is the applied form of genetics. So we apply the principles of genetics in plant breeding. Okay, right. So that's why, because okay, the problem is in the humanities and the technical, I will give you both. Okay, the ideas, what are the pros and cons, okay, in these optionals. In the humanities subjects, you need to mug up actually. So mostly the concepts are mostly based on your the current affairs. You can incorporate current affairs again in the optional. And it's purely based on your answer writing skill, okay, in the humanities subjects. Whereas in the technical area, you need to mug up a lot of facts, scientific names, theories, everything. But so here the evaluation is objective in nature. So here you need to satisfy, okay, so when you write something, when you write an answer, okay, analytical type of answer, you have to satisfy the examiner, right? Your thoughts are okay, should be aligned with the examiner. But here in the technical science, okay, pure science, suppose if they are asking, write the structure of DNA, right? So it won't change actually, okay, for the, if you study in the books, okay, if you study, actually there is one common universal structure for the DNA proposed by Watson and Crick model, right? So if you write the same theory, you will get the full marks. That's the advantage of the pure science. So you have to study a lot, you have to complete the entire syllabus. Then if you write what is given in the book, that's enough, right? So here just you can follow our material, the class notes and the standard reference books, right? No need to think too much, right? That's the advantage of pure science. But the problem is, if you don't know the answer, here you can manage. So what are the questions? Because the subjects are mostly sociology, public administration, political science. So something you heard about, okay, these areas, okay, through current affairs. But here the main problem is, if you don't know the answer, you cannot write the answer. Okay, கதையெல்லாம் அடிக்க முடியாது. You have to give the exact answer for the particular question, right? So these are the advantages and disadvantages of these 2 optionals. But my opinion, for any students with the science, okay, for agri graduates, definitely you can choose agri optional. No second thought, okay, no second opinion. So you can, for any agri graduates, they can choose agri optional without any hesitation. For the students with the biology background, science background, they can think about agri optional, right? Only the paper 2 is a little bit technical. So to understand the paper 2, they can choose, they can easily manage by joining the coaching, right? So I will tell you the advantages of this optional, agriculture optional. So actually, agriculture is recently it's getting popular. One of the popular optional UPSC. The success rate is also very high compared to other optionals, nearly 10%. Actually, you have to see the proportion. You should not see the actual numbers. Because see, we have to think, there are 10,000 candidates every year appearing for approximately 10,000 candidates appearing for the mains. So out of this, only 100 students appearing with the agriculture optional, right? So out of this 100, more than recently, last year, the result was very good. From our academy alone, more than 10 students cleared the CSE with the agriculture optional, both the IAS and the forest service. Okay, right. And our student, she scored the highest mark in agriculture optional, 285 last year. Okay, one of the highest mark in agriculture optional, right? So last year, okay, recently the result was good. So out of 100 candidates, more than 10 candidates cleared, okay, in the final result. So the success rate is around 10%. Whereas if you see the success rate for other optional, popular optionals, it is around in the range of 5 to 6% for geography, public administration, for sociology, right? But the numbers differ. Actually, actual numbers, right? But you have to see the proportion, right? So because in the other optionals, why, okay, mostly okay, many students get asked me this common doubt. So why the agri graduates are not in the top rank? Actually, recently, last year, our student he came top, okay, 122nd rank. He got IAS with agri optional, okay, right? But it's very rare, okay, recently. So when more and more candidates enter into UPSC mains with agri optional, we can expect top rank in the with agri optional, right? So you have to see that, okay, the numbers are very high, okay, in case of other optionals, more than 3,000, 2,000 students, okay, appear for the mains. So it's natural that they come in the top 100 ranks, okay, right? So if you see the proportion, then the success rate is very high for agriculture, okay? Then earlier, mostly the students, they avoid these kind of optionals, the technical subjects, because there is no overlapping with the GS. Okay, mostly they choose geography, sociology, PubMed, because in the GS also the same subjects, okay, political science, polity, geography, history also in for GS area. But nowadays, okay, so in the revised syllabus, okay, in the GS area, in a GS paper 3, 4 questions from agriculture, right? And the prelims also more than 4, 5, 6, okay, 5, 6 questions from purely from agriculture. Actually, for to understand agriculture, we need the knowledge of geography and environmental science. All are interrelated, right? So combinedly from environmental science, agriculture, and geography, we can expect more than 15 questions in the prelims, right? And agriculture alone, we can expect 4 to 5 questions. In the mains, Canada, 4 questions every year. 4 questions from agriculture, 2 short questions, 2 big questions. Okay, and in one more problem for non-agri students, the problem is the 2 questions are technical, highly technical. The GS area, they are asking technical questions. So another advantage for the agri students. Okay, and just I told you the okay, syllabus is very definite. Actually, in the technical area, just you have to follow the syllabus. That's all. No need to think, okay, too much. Just you have to prepare a proper notes for every topic in the syllabus. The questions are 100% from the syllabus only. Whereas in the humanities subjects, the questions can be asked based on the current affairs. But here, the current affairs role is very, very limited in the technical optionals, right? Then this is what I told you, the objective evaluation. Just you have to give what is okay, what is what. That's all. So okay, I have to write what is given in the material or book. That's all, right? Then one more advantage for agri graduates, we can also appear for Indian Forest Service with agriculture optional. It's a common subject, and the syllabus are same, exactly same for agri and for Forest Service and civil service. The syllabuses are same, right? So you can study only one optional, and in the Indian Forest Service, actually you have to study 2 optionals. We can choose, okay, agriculture one of the subject. Then best combination is botany. For agri and botany, many subjects are common, like the genetics, plant breeding, plant pathology, plant physiology, microbiology and biotechnology. These are common between agri and botany. So, right? So we can easily cover the botany option with the agriculture. So one more advantage. Okay, for other optional students, suppose if they appear for the Indian Forest Service, mostly they choose forestry and geology. So they have to study 3 optionals. இங்க சிஎஸ்ல ஒரு ஜியோகிராஃபி எடுத்திருப்பாங்க, ஜியோகிராஃபி, சோசியாலஜி, பபேட். திருப்பி again IFoS க்கு வந்து they have to choose 2 science based optionals. Mostly they choose, they go for the forestry and geology. These are the 4 popular options in IFoS. The forestry geology combination or agri-botany combination. High success rate in the Indian Forest Service. Okay. Then இது நீங்க கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. Okay. The agri optional, not only agri, for all the pure science optionals, botany, zoology, for these optionals, one common pattern, repetition of questions. Every year you can see, if you go through the last 10 years question paper, more than 60-70% repeated every year. Okay. So we can prepare the entire syllabus based on the PYQ. Okay. Right. So these are the advantages. So based on that you can decide. But for agri graduates, no need to think about any other optional. Okay. It's the best choice. And for the students with the non-agri backgrounds, okay, any science background, they can choose agri optional. Okay. Botany, zoology, BSc botany, BSc zoology, biotechnology, microbiology, or any allied subjects, horticulture, forestry, they can choose agri optional. And for engineering students, if you studied biology in your higher secondary, then you can choose maths, biology. Okay. If you not studied biology in your +1, +2, then this option is not suitable for you. So because again the paper 2 is highly technical, it's very difficult to understand the paper 2 area. Okay. So you can think about some other optionals. Is there any doubt? So choosing of optional. Online students, can you able to follow me? Right. Okay. Okay. So namakku vandu in our class program, it's a 4.5 months, okay, approximately 4.5 months. We will complete the course by the end of November. So actually the course is going to start from July 17. Okay. So approximately 4.5 months. I will, okay, for the non-agri students and agri students, I will don't worry about the genetics, plant breeding, those areas, plant physiology and entomology, pathology. So don't worry about the paper 2. I will explain all the concepts very clearly in the class. The basics I will explain clearly. So even if you agree or non-agree, don't worry about the subject. Okay. And regarding the material, I have compiled a single material for the entire agriculture. Okay. Earlier I referred, okay, 3 years back, I referred only I recommend standard reference books for agriculture optional. But actually in the agriculture, one main problem is there are 20 subjects in our syllabus. நம்ம காலேஜ்ல நிறைய படிச்சிருப்போம், 70 subjects படிச்சிருப்போம் அது வேற. ஓகேவா? So in our agri optional syllabus, UPSC syllabus, there are 20 subjects. So you have to refer more than 10 books for to cover the 20 subjects, right? So I prepared a comprehensive material for the entire agriculture for both paper 1 as well as paper 2. This is paper 2, so the entire the syllabus. Okay, and this is the feedback from our last year, okay, the previous year toppers. They purchased, okay, our material. They gave very good reviews, and actually there is a demand throughout India for this material. Okay, throughout India போயிட்டு இருக்கு இந்த material வந்து. டெல்லிலயும் கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்கோம். Right. So you will get this material along with our class. Okay, classroom program. To actual total 6 volumes. You will get 6 volumes, so 2 books, paper 1, paper 2 separately. Total 6 volumes, 3 volumes each. Okay. And the class test, okay, along with the class program. Regularly we conduct a class test every weekly once. We conduct the class test, and we have after class test I will provide answer key for the class test questions, and we have discussion also. Then I individually correct the papers. We can have one feedback session every week. Okay, one-on-one feedback. I'll fix the time for one-on-one feedback. Then I will share. Okay, so we create after commencement of the class, we create a separate Telegram channel. After enrollment, okay, we'll be added to the Telegram channel where I will provide all the information, the important inputs, current affairs in agriculture, அந்த டாப்பர்ஸ் ஓகே, ஐ வில் ஷேர் டாப்பர்ஸ் ஆன்சர் காப்பி. நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, லாஸ்ட் இயர் வந்து அவர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான் டாப் ஸ்கோர், அந்த 285 okay, out of 500. So I will share okay, all those toppers answer copy in the channel. You can refer those copies. Okay. Right. Okay. Actually, this is the overall syllabus. But broadly, நம்ம பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, so there are only 3 major areas in our agriculture. Okay. The crop production, paper 1. Okay, paper 1 is full of crop production area. And the paper 2 deals with the crop improvement and crop protection. Okay. So basically, about only 3 major areas in agriculture: crop production, crop protection, and crop improvement. Okay. So here in this, again, the crop improvement, we will study about the genetics area, the genetics, plant breeding, seed technology, they come under the crop improvement, crop protection, entomology and pathology, and the crop production agronomy areas. So growing of the crop plants, better weed management, irrigation management, nutrient management, soil conservation, everything comes under the crop production area. Okay. So this is okay, a full syllabus in the paper 1, paper 2. So the marking pattern உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும் இல்லையா, mains okay, 500 marks for optional. So 250 marks okay for paper 1, 250 marks for paper 2. So there are actually the question pattern 8 questions. And you have choice. Okay, 3 question choice. So you have to attempt 5 questions. So 5 into 50, 250 marks. Okay. So okay, the question will be divided into 2 sections, section A and section B. So mostly the first 4 subjects, they come in the paper section A. And the later part comes in okay, section B. So section A consists of 4 questions, section B 4 questions. So totally 8 questions. You have to write 5 questions. Okay, this is the exam pattern. Right. So here the important areas, actually all okay, the entire topics are important. One recent trend in our agri optional last 2-3 years, எப்பவுமே சொல்றதா ஓகேவா, many students they prepare agri optional, நிறைய தெரிஞ்சிருக்கு நிறைய பேருக்கு. Okay, so already they heard about okay, agri optional. So one common mistake by the students, they prepare only based on PYQ and on the advantage. See, it's a very common that in the science based optionals they repeat the questions every year, not only in agriculture, for all the technical areas. But many students they prepare their the optional only based on PYQ. They take last 20 years PYQ, 20-25 years old எடுத்து படிப்பாங்க. Okay, so they prepare answer only for the PYQ. That's a very wrong strategy. Okay, so you have to complete the syllabus, then you have to refer PYQ. So you have to analyze. Okay, so first okay, if you are covering this topic, forestry or agronomy or ecology topic, first you have to complete the syllabus with proper study material. Either if you join the class, you will get the material, or if you prepare on your own, then you can get the standard reference books. Okay, you have to buy the standard reference. Okay, I will tell. Okay, so suppose okay, if you ask me, I will give you the list of books for the agriculture, standard reference books. Okay, right. So either you have to cover the syllabus with the standard reference books or with any material, proper material. Then you have to refer PYQ. So don't search answer for the PYQ in the website. Okay, right. ஏன்னா என்ன சொல்றாங்க, recently the question pattern has changed. They are asking new questions, but the questions are from syllabus only, but the questions are new. Yeah.
Is there any compulsory?
Yeah, actually in the section A and section B, there are 4 questions in the section A. Okay. Question number 1 and 5 are compulsory. And here that consists of only 10 marks. Okay, 5 10 marks. So question number 1 and 5 are compulsory. Out of the remaining questions, you have to attempt 3 questions. Okay, and one more condition. Apart from the compulsory question, you have to choose one more question from any in the section A and section B. Okay, so out of the 5 question, we cannot choose all the 4 questions from a single section and 1 question from section B. இப்படி choose பண்ண முடியாது. Okay, 4+1 or இங்க 4+1. We cannot choose like that. Okay, at least minimum 2 questions from a single section. Okay, so either 2+3 or 2 plus 3 இந்த மாதிரி. Okay. Apart from compulsory question, okay, one compulsory question plus one more question. Right. This is a pattern. Right. So here the entire topics, okay, the cropping system, weed science, irrigation, terreland agriculture. So all these topics related to the agronomy area, the major part. Then nutrient management. So these are the basic, the crop production practices. That's a major part of the paper 1 syllabus. Along with the agriculture economy area and the extension part. Okay. In the section B, most of the questions will be from the extension and the farm management area. Okay. Right. Then the paper 2, again the section A is full of technical subject, genetics and the cell biology, plant breeding, biotechnology and seed technology. These are the major areas in the section B. And the section A, section B, the remaining part, plant physiology, horticulture, entomology and pathology and food security. Okay. And one more hesitation, okay, by the agri students on the problem the entomology and pathology. Right. So again, for UPSC examination, don't worry about the entomology and pathology. So here, the questions are very rare from the pest and disease based questions. Okay, and apart from pest and disease management, other syllabuses are okay. So the syllabus consists of other areas. So the questions are maximum one question they ask from the either entomology and pathology. And I will give you the ideas of how to manage, how to cope with those areas. Okay, right. So don't worry about these areas. Right. So any other doubts? Okay, so demo na paatharlama. Okay. Okay. Right. பார்த்த மாதிரி இருக்கா? Net zone area, grass cropped area, cropping intensity index, or simply cropping intensity. What is the meaning of cropping intensity? Actually, the formula is grass cropped area, the GCA, grass cropped area. This is a net zone area, okay, NSA. So grass cropped area divided by net zone area into 100. So this is the formula for the cropping intensity. Okay. So what is the meaning of grass cropped area and net zone area? Any idea? Net zone area. Right. Actually, almost close வந்துட்டீங்க. ஓகேவா? Net zone area is the actual land area available for cultivation. Okay. So for example, the total jar of area of the country, 328 million hectares. This is the total jar of area of the country. So out of this 328 million hectares, currently approximately 140 million hectares of land come under the net zone area. Okay, approximately or nearly or 45%. Okay, 45% of the area. Out of the total area, 45% covered under the agriculture. The land cultivated for agriculture, right? Okay, there is a 140 million hectares. Then what is the meaning of grass cropped area? So in a single year, how many times the land is put into cultivation? That is a grass cropped area. Okay, it should be more than always. Okay, in our calculation, the grass cropped area, it should be either equal to net zone area or always higher than net zone area. It won't be less than net zone area. Okay, the grass cropped area. Okay, for example, on a simple understanding, have you heard about the Kaveri Delta region? Kaveri Delta, granary of southern India. Okay, and the Indo-Gangetic Plains, granary of India. Okay, North India, Indo-Gangetic Plains that comprises Punjab, Haryana, UP, Bihar, the entire stretch. Okay, so the starting from Punjab to Assam, Indo-Gangetic Plains. In South India, the entire the coastal belt, Kaveri Delta, Krishna Delta, Godavari Delta, Mahanadi Delta, Sundarbans Delta, the entire delta regions. They are the famous for the intensity, cropping intensity. Okay. So in our Tanjavur, okay, Tanjavur, Thiruvarur, in the Kaveri Delta region, Kaveri Delta belt, the farmers usually go for cultivation 3 seasons in a year. Season okay, agriculture in India, there are 3 major seasons in India: Kharif, Rabi, and summer season. So throughout India, these are the common seasons in India: Kharif, Rabi, and summer season. So the Kharif season follows southwest monsoon, June to September. Rabi season follows winter season, winter month. Okay, November to October to March, the Rabi season, and then the March, April, May, summer season. Okay. In many parts of the Kaveri Delta region, the farmers usually go for at least minimum 2 seasons or 3 seasons in a year. Right? They cultivate either the Kharif or Rabi season, and sometimes if water is available, they go for the summer season also. Right? So here, suppose I assume that a Kaveri Delta farmer, if he owns 1 hectare of land, okay, this 1 hectare of land is called the net zone area. That is the actual land area available with the farmer. That is the net zone area. Right? If we cultivate the land 3 times in a year, in all 3 seasons, the grass cropped area becomes 3 hectare. Okay. Right? So this is a net zone area, the actual area available for cultivation, but the land is utilized 3 times in a year, in the Kharif season, Rabi season, and again in the summer season, because in the Kaveri Delta region, one common cropping pattern is rice. This is a common cropping pattern followed in the Kaveri Delta region. Right? So the farmers go for the rice cultivation. First in the rice podora, 3 then again rice, and 3rd season also rice. Okay. So 3 rice in a single year. So here, if you calculate for the cropping intensity for the Delta region, Kaveri Delta region, you will get the value 300%. So grass cropped area divided by net zone area into 100. So 3 by 1 into 100, 300%. Okay. Suppose, okay, if a farmer from central part of India, central part of Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat. So these regions are famous for dryland agriculture. Okay, in those regions, the water availability is very, very limited. Mostly the farmers in those regions depends on monsoon rainfall. Okay. So in those regions, the farmers mostly they go for only 1 crop in a year. They cultivate the land only during the monsoon time. Okay. So the monsoon time is southwest monsoon, Kharif season. So mostly the farmers cultivate the land in the Kharif season, June to September, only 1 season. So here, In case of farmer in Madhya Pradesh, if he owns 1 hectare of land, okay, in the central part of India, Malwa Plateau or in the central plateau, so 1 hectare of land, the same land utilized only one time in during a year. That is during the southwest monsoon season, right? Because of poor rainfall and there is no water availability, okay, for the next season. So simply they leave the land fallow. You know that fallow 3 layer agriculture, okay? Fallow means without cultivation. So leaving the land uncultivated, that is fallow, okay, right? So the remaining part of the year, simply they leave the land fallow. Then again they start the practice again next season, June month, after the arrival of the monsoon, right? So here for the farmers in the central part of the dryland region, the net sown area is 1 hectare, and he cultivates the land only one time during a year. So both are same. Both net sown area as well as grass crop area, both are same. So here the intensity is just 100%. So this is how we calculate the crop intensity index for various, okay, for various parts of India. Then finally, okay, throughout India, on average, at present it is around 140% for throughout India. So the actual figures are 140 million hectares of net sown area and 190 million hectares of grass cropped area. So approximately 140% throughout India. But in one more way, 140% we can say 1.4. That is, we are utilizing the land 1.4 times. Okay. So what's the purpose? Why we have to study this index? Cropping intensity index. What is the importance of this index? And other interpretation. See, while writing the answer in your question, so okay, so a very simple question. They ask you to explain the concept of crop intensity index. So we explain this concept with the illustration. We can also give this illustration. The farmers in the cow delta region, the farmers in the central part of India. So after giving this illustration and after arriving there, the figures, then we have to give the interpretation. What is the importance of this index? Why you have to study this index? Significance. Because agri is a science-based subject. For every topic, you have to write the significance of the particular topic. Okay. Why we need to understand this fact? So that so this is one of the index, okay, that reflects how the lands are utilized efficiently in India, right? If you arrive only 100%, then we utilize the land only one time during a year. The other seasons, okay, the lands are left uncultivated, not utilized properly, right? So if the percentage, okay, just imagine if the percentage is 300%, or sometimes again some areas, suppose if you are growing 3 months crop, so 3 months crop, we can cultivate 4 crops in a single year, right? 3 months crop, okay, if you grow 3 months crop, so we can achieve 400% crop intensity. That is the maximum the efficiency we can achieve, 400% in a single year. So it shows that the land is utilized properly, efficiently. Suppose if you are practicing intercropping, the land is shared, not the number of crops increased. Say the same, okay. So for example, if you are having 1 hectare of land, okay, if you practice intercropping, then the land is shared between the 2 crops. Actually, this is also on practice of crop intensification, but this is not the correct figure. The correct way to explain the crop intensity. Is the land, yeah. But there are some figures, okay? There are some drawbacks in this index also. In a drawback, what is the drawback, okay, in this index? So suppose, okay, if the crop intensity is more, okay, so simply we can say, if you see this fact, if they are giving this data 300%, so we can say that the intensity is very high. So the land is utilized efficiently. Okay, we can make, okay, so we can draw the conclusion in this way. Suppose if they are giving this fact 100%, so we can say that we can conclude that the intensity is very less. The land is not utilized properly. But the problem is, if you grow annual crops, sugarcane, banana, okay, that is a drawback of this index. Because sugarcane is a 1-year crop. Okay, So anyhow, you can achieve only 100% only. We cannot go beyond 100%. Banana is a 10 months crop. Okay, it's not always correct, but to the maximum, okay, for the seasonal crops, for the field crops, we can use this index. Okay, it is not suitable for the annual crops, horticultural crops. Okay. So our class okay. So I'll explain all the concepts clearly along with it. So after every discussion, I will give you the questions. Okay. So in our class, after explaining the particular topic, I will discuss the previous questions. So from this topic, what are the questions asked in the previous year? Okay. Then regularly every day I will give you the practice questions also. Okay. So after the class, based on the discussion, okay, based on the topic, I will give you the 2-3 practice questions, 10 marks. Okay. But before that, actually in the first class itself, I will give all the ideas regarding the answer rating. So how to write answer for the agri optional. I will give you the model answers, everything. Then I will give you regularly, I will give you the answer rating practice. Plant physiology, you have to study a lot of cycles. C3, C4, CAM, Krebs cycle, okay, TCA cycle, okay, citric acid cycle, glyacylate cycle, glycolysis. Actually, choose the awareness see the advantage of agri graduates already have some awareness regarding this optional. Instead of choosing a entirely new optional, you can think about agri optional. Okay. Only the paper 2 is a little bit technical and it takes a lot of, actually, if you prepare for 5 months, within a month, we can cover the paper 1. Okay. So it takes more time to cover the paper 2. But they are scoring. Actually, in the paper 1, it seems easy. Okay. For study, we can easily understand the concepts in paper 1. It's an easy subject. Okay. It's like a general studies. Okay. Even non-agricultural graduates, they can easily understand the paper 1 area. But actually, scoring is very difficult in paper 1 when compared to paper 2. In paper 2, scoring is very easy. They are technical. Okay, just we are going to write another with the diagrams. Diagrams are very important. One more thing, since it is a science-based optional, so diagrams are very important. Okay, both in paper 1 and paper 2, you have to draw a lot of diagrams. In the paper 1, you have to draw a lot of India maps. You have to practice. Okay, you have to practice because in your GS paper 1 also, you need the India diagrams. Okay. In the paper 2, mostly the plant physiology, genetics, cell biology, for those areas, diagrams are important. Okay. Genetics is it's purely technical. Okay. We study the mechanism or the inheritance of genes in the living organisms. How the genes are. Okay. It's called there are 2 subjects: classical and modern genetics. In our syllabus, we study only the classical genetics proposed by Mendel. Modern genetics is recent gene editing. Okay, right. So in the classical genetics, we study about how the characters are transferring from parents to offspring. Okay, that is a part of genetics. And based on this understanding, we develop crop varieties. That is a plant breeding. Okay, after getting the basic knowledge regarding how the characters are defined, okay, how the characters are transferring, based on that, we apply the same principle we apply in the plant breeding for development of new varieties. Okay, so we apply the concept of Mendelian genetics. Law of segregation, right? And the 3 laws: law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment. We apply, okay, these are the basics. Okay. In the apply, we apply these laws in the plant breeding for development of varieties. And cell biology also. Actually, cell biology. First, before genetics, we have to study the other base. For genetics, cell biology is the base. We have to understand the nature of cell, the various the functions of the cell organelles, and the structural function of DNA, RNA. So they are important to understand the genetics. Then understanding genetics is important to understand the plant breeding. Current affairs area வந்து important only for these three subjects. இங்க அப்படின்னா actually current affairs வந்து no need to focus too much on current affairs for the agri optional. But actually this area, the farm management, extension of farm management, then ecology and environmental science, and then the last chapter, nutrition and food security. Only for these areas current affairs are important. Regarding the ecology environment topic, so here our syllabus that consists of climate change, environmental pollution. They are the major topics in the ecology environment. So for under the climate change and environmental pollution, you have to study the latest developments in those areas, the government schemes, programs, international conventions, global agreements. You have to follow those areas. Then external of farm management. So here the syllabus part, agricultural marketing, minimum support price, the agriculture price policy, they are part of the syllabus. So we have to follow the current affairs. The recent changes in the agriculture price policy and recent initiatives regarding the agri marketing. Recently, you might have heard about one scheme called ENAM. ENAM, Electronic National Agriculture Market. These are the current developments in the agri marketing. So we have to follow those areas. And again, in the last topic, food security area, recent schemes and programs by the government. Because this topic again, that consists of the syllabus are malnutrition, poverty, okay, and then food security. Those are the part of the syllabus. So we have to follow the current affairs. But recently, there is a scheme called Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Under this scheme, for the next 5 years, we are providing food grains at free of cost. The latest development in the food security area. So you have to update those areas. Otherwise, okay, no need to worry about the current affairs for the remaining areas. So the technical areas, no need to follow the current affairs. Okay, so in the class itself, and I will cover all of the current affairs, latest developments, everything cover in the class itself. But recent time in genetics also, oral areas matto. Actually, we have to stick with the syllabus. But recently, gene editing. Okay, gene editing in the mustard. Recently, they developed a variety, mustard variety through with the help of gene editing. Okay, so we can include those facts. So I will tell you. Okay, so what are the areas you have to refer to current affairs? Yes, okay. For the online students, they will get the recorded videos. There will be a separate portal. Okay, for the online students, there will be a separate portal. In the portal, regularly they upload the videos. So after the class, you can also watch the recorded videos. So timing, evening 6:30 to 8:30. Okay. So every day, Monday to Friday, evening 6:30 to 8:30. There is a class timing, 2 hours class. Yeah. Huh? Abdiya. Okay. Okay, we'll see. டைமிங் இது மாற்ற முடியாது. ஓகேவா, நம்ம ஜிஎஸ் டைமிங் பார்க்கலாம். எப்போ முடியுது அந்த பேட்ச், சாதாரண பேட்ச்? இல்லை, எப்போ கோர்ஸ் கம்ப்ளீட் ஆகுது? அப்படியா? ஓகே, சார் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஓகேவா? Yes, okay. Every year we conduct 2 batches. Another batch will be November. Okay, 2 batches இருக்கும். Okay, so the first batch going to start from July 17. Second batch will be from November, December. Mostly December first week. one more batch. So every day we have class, Monday to Friday, evening 6 to 8:30. So regarding current affairs, one more actually, anyhow, we have to read current affairs for your GS preparation. Yeah, if you come across any information related to agriculture, then you can include those facts in our optional. Actually, questions will be from based on the syllabus only. Okay. Actually, the questions from the ecology topic on the purely sometimes questions from the environmental science, pure environmental science questions like a greenhouse effect, global warming. Those are the topics. Okay, ecological principles, agro ecosystem. But since agriculture, sometimes they link ecology with agriculture. The recent trend, the question pattern on the how the ecological principles will be applied. Okay, we can apply in the agriculture. Okay. How can we make agriculture more productive or sustainable by applying the ecological principles? So you have to understand what are the ecological principles, and you have to relate with how these principles we can use it for development of the sustainability of agriculture. So for example, on ecological principle, interdependence, recycling of resources. These are the basic principles of ecology, environmental science. Okay, you'll study in GS also, you'll study in environmental science, these areas. Recycling of resources, interdependence, the basic principles in ecology. So how we apply this principle in agriculture, integrated farming system? Yeah. Okay, that's all. In the integrated farming system, several enterprises, livestock, poultry, cropping system, they depend on each other. So here we recycle the resources in the integrated farming system. Okay. So we have to justify this point. Okay. That's purely technical. Soil, physical properties of soil, chemical properties of soil, soil conservation. Yeah, actually detailed syllabus is there. Overall, okay, major topics. Again, only major topics. Detailed syllabus is there. Okay. So you have to find answer for each and every topic in the syllabus. And our class, okay, we go by syllabus. We cover okay the entire syllabus, all the topics in the syllabus. ஆமா நிச்சயமா எல்லாமே சொல்லணும். அக்ரி சிலபஸ் நம்ம என்ன அக்ரி படிச்சோமோ அக்ரி சப்ஜெக்ட் தான் அது வந்து. ஓகேவா? சிலபஸ் வந்து லிமிட்டட் ஆக்சுவலி இன் அவர் அக்ரி கோர்ஸ், அக்ரி கிராஜுவேஷன், ஓகே, நம்ம அக்ரி கோர்ஸ்ல வந்து we study more than 60-70 subjects. Here they have given only the selected topics, இது மட்டும் தான். இப்போ வந்து here okay we don't study entomology, இது nematology. ஓகேவா? nematology வந்து part of our agri course இல்லையா? But here nematology is not part of our agri syllabus, okay, UPSC. அதே மாதிரி மைக்ரோபயாலஜி. ஓகே. அந்த மாதிரி ஃபேக்சுவல் டூ மச் அந்த மாதிரி ஃபேக்சுவலாம் போகுது. அந்த மாதிரி பிரைசஸ்லாம் அதெல்லாம் கேட்க மாட்டாங்க அந்த மாதிரி. Weekend batch, actually, if you join every weekend, we have a class in Delhi. So if you want to join, okay, weekend batch, you can choose a Delhi batch, Saturday and Sunday. For online students, we dispatch the hard copy. Yes, my material is more than sufficient. I have covered the entire syllabus and recently I updated the material, so my material is more than sufficient. to cover the entire syllabus. Online students, any doubts? So timing 6:30 to 8:30 evening. So this is my number. If you have any further doubts, you can message me or you can call me. This is my WhatsApp and Telegram number. The applications part we will cover in the class, and moreover, it will be covered in the material itself. Because mostly since agricultural applied science, most of the questions in the plant physiology also, many questions are applied part, application oriented questions. Actually, we create a separate Telegram channel. So in the channel, we upload all the details.